All right, so today we are going to make bobotie. So the first thing that we need is ground beef, and I've got it here. I'm going to take it apart when we start cooking it. And because I've just touched it, I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. Now we also need 2 medium onions, but I have a really large onion, so I'm only going to use 1 large onion. And sweet onion is good, a yellow onion, it doesn't really matter. We're going to use curry powder. We need a cup of water, and we're going to divide the water into 2 halves. We need lemon juice. We need salt and pepper. We need a little bit of sugar. We need 2 eggs. We need about 3 bay leaves, some oil. We're going to use the oil for frying the onions. And I would use bread, but because my husband can't eat gluten, I'm going to use these gluten-free breadcrumbs. Oh, one more thing. We're going to put it in a pie dish, and I'm going to grease the pie dish so that the bobotie doesn't stick on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is set the oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to put on to bake, and I'm going to look, there's 350 degrees. The red light is telling me that it's getting ready. Okay, so I have got this spray, it's a canola oil spray, and I am just going to spray my pie dish. So now that's all ready, and when I am ready to put the meat inside the pie dish, my dish is already set. Now I'm going to chop the onions. I'm first going to peel it, and when you're using it, please be careful not to cut your fingers. You've got to be very gentle. So I'll peel this onion, and we'll get back. You'll see it when it's already peeled. So I'm busy taking the peel of the onion. As I said, you've got to be really careful. Beautiful onion. Got all this skin. Onion has many layers. I'm going to recycle. So it's going to go in the compost. Got a special bucket here for all the recycle. And now we are going to start chopping the onion. So what I like to do is I like to go and make little cuts almost through to the bottom of the onion, not all the way through. And then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm making little right angle. I'm making tiny little squares. Again, not cutting all the way through. And this is going to help me chop the onion. Okay, then I'm going to put on its side. I'm going to squeeze it together and then cut it this way. Now, if I was a real chef, it would happen very quickly and very smoothly. But I'm just a pretend chef because you can see by my jacket. And just keep going. Oops, you see? Just have to do the best you can. Oops, you see what happened? Alright, so as you can see, I've got my onions pretty chopped up, but I've got some big pieces over here, so I'm going to use this special little dicing machine, and I'm just going to put it through the onion and cut it so that they're all pretty small pieces. I'm dicing the onion, so chopping, and then to get smaller, we dice it. Now you don't have to get too small, but we don't want big pieces. I am now going to get the breadcrumbs ready, so I'm going to measure out half a cup. You would use a slice of bread, but because I am not using bread, I'm going to use half a cup. And I'm going to put it in half a cup of water and let that soak. Now I'm going to get the onions ready. I've got my frying pan. I'm going to put the heat on to medium heat. This is a gas stove, so it heats up nice and quickly. And I'm just going to put some oil in at the bottom. Not too much, not too little. So you can measure, it would probably be about 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to let this heat up. All right, now our oil has heated up. You can see it's a little bit runny. And now I'm going to put the onions in. And I'm going to let the onions cook in here till they get nice and soft. I've got a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to stir them around till they get nice and soft. Make sure that all the onions are coated in the oil so that they get the delicious flavor. So as you can see, the onions are doing what they should be doing. They're getting softer. You can see they're changing a little bit of color. They're becoming a little bit more golden. They've been going for about 3 minutes so far. We want them to get even softer. So while this is still browning, we are going to take 1 egg and we are going to beat it up. All right. There goes the egg. I've got a nice little whisk. Beat. See, I'm beating the egg. All right, so now we can see that the onions are nice and starting to brown. And you can get the odor, the smell. Smells really good. So now to this, I am going to add my breadcrumbs. So add your breadcrumbs. Yours would be bread, mine is the crumbs. And I'm just mixing it in the meantime. I need to add my curry powder. I need 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Here's my curry powder. I need 2 tablespoons. This is the tablespoon. Just enough. Just enough curry powder. I'm going to mix that in. I need to add in lemon juice or vinegar. So I've got my lemon over here. I'm going to cut it in half. Cut it in half, take out the seeds, and I'm just going to squeeze it in. Oh, this is a really nice, juicy lemon. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. A couple of turns of salt, not too much. I'm going to add a couple of twists of pepper. Mix it in. Make sure everything is coated. And now I am going to add the ground beef. And there's the ground beef. And I'm going to cook the ground beef until it is brown. And I think I also need to add in the sugar. I forgot to add in the sugar. We're going to add in the sugar. Okay, so I've got my ground beef, my breadcrumbs, my curry powder, my salt, pepper, sugar, and I am just going to mix this, get everything blended, mix it all up until it is all brown. As you can see, I've been stirring using my wooden spoon, scraping up the bits from the bottom of the pan, because I don't want anything to stick or burn at the bottom, and I just want to keep mixing until my meat is nice and brown. So I am going to add the egg, the beaten egg, and I'm going to continue to mix. And it's starting to smell so good. You can smell the curry. You can see the meat is starting to get nice and brown. It's just mixing very well together. All right, so now we can see that there is no red meat in the ground beef. Everything is cooked, everything is mixed together. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to transfer it and put it in my pie dish. And I am going to start spooning this into my pie dish. Oh, see, like you got a strong teacher. Oh. Put in this pie dish. Make it nice. It looks good. I wish you guys could all come and taste it. And pretend we are in South Africa. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes. So while the meat is cooking, I am going to beat the other egg and add a pinch of salt. And I say a pinch of salt, it's just a little bit of salt. And I am going to beat it. The other thing I did while the meat was cooking is I cleaned my pan. So it's nice and clean, ready to go for the next time. I'm beating my egg. Okay, got my egg beaten. Now I'm going to add it to a half a cup of water. And I am going to mix it. Now this is all ready for when my meat comes out of the oven. And as we can see on my timer, I've got 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go. So I'm going to keep cleaning up. I'm going to take my dirty dishes, take them away, and get them ready for somebody to wash. See, this somebody is washing the dishes. It's done. Stop. Now I'm going to take, see, I can't see, the steam steams up my glasses. Here it is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the egg and the water that I mixed together and I'm just going to pour it on top. Just like that, and it's going to form a nice layer on the top. Add the bay leaves. I'm going to put the bay leaves on top, and this gives it a nice flavor and makes it look pretty. Now I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes for it to cook. And there it goes. Whoops. Alright, now for the final moment. Our time is up and oh, there go my glasses again. I'm putting it out. You can see that the egg is cooked on top. It's pulled away from the sides of the dish and it is ready to eat. Okay, now we are going to taste the dish. I'm going to slice into it. I'm going to scoop it up like I'm serving a pie and put it on the dish. So we're going to let Jeff taste it and give us his final thumbs up, thumbs middle, or thumbs down. Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Chef Jen. Wow. Outstanding.